Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Lagged Out episode 58, our podcast of... Oh, there he is. There's Franklin. We didn't get him last week, but he made up with 2 quacks this week. He must not have had too many quackers this week. Nope. On this episode, we talk about what to do when you have too many games to play, i.e. myself. But yeah, what is up, Joe?
Currently me right now with too many games to play.
Yeah, dude.
There's too many. There's only one of me.
This might be the... okay. There it is. I love it.
Calm down.
No, honestly, I love that sound. But this may be the most games I've wanted to play ever in a period of time since I've played games consistently. I don't know if does that make any sense? Does that statement make any sense?
Like, I get what you're saying, but that statement made 0 sense.
Okay, let me try again.
like I understand.
Okay, let me try again.
That's because I know you.
So this year at this time period, February, is the most games that I've ever wanted to play at one time.
At once.
I think that makes more sense.
Since the dawn of time.
Since the dawn of my video game career. When I started playing Pokemon in third grade.
Time. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. I don't know. There's just so much stuff, but that's essentially what we're going to talk about today, because honestly, we just need help, and maybe you guys can give us some help. But
I just need clones of me that can I need clones. So it's I need clones that can when I call them back into myself or whatever, I get the experience that they had.
Yeah.
For any weebs out there, Naruto Shadow Clone Jutsu does that. But anyways, so yeah, I need that basically. So that way I can play all these different games. I can play Legends Arceus on my Switch, and then a clone could play Yu-Gi-Oh on my phone, and then I could play Monster Hunter on PC or something like that.
Yeah.
And then someone else could play some other game, like Kingdom Hearts on PS4 or something.
Yeah, honestly, it's just crazy. That it's funny too, because someone made a joke about me having a clone for my YouTube channel, which I thought was kind of funny actually. But I was like, no, my clone is not working. They were like, is your clone working on a video right now? That's what someone said in my stream one time. I was like, no. Nice. But I feel the same way. And it's funny because this is my job now, and I still don't have time to play the games. So it's kind of funny that that's kind of the same thing. But yeah, I just want to get right into it, because honestly, there's just so much to talk about with it. But the first thing I want to mention is the games that I'm currently playing, and then you can tell me your games, or the viewers your games. But
yeah, so the theme of this podcast is what to do when you have too many games to play.
Exactly, which is
what do you do? Which is such a first world problem.
Yeah, it really is. It's honestly it really is a first world problem. But
imagine if it was board games. Man, I could play Scrabble, but I could be playing Trouble or Sorry. Oh, but then there's Risk, I
know, dude. In the 90s or something, that's those people's problems.
I know, right?
But that's the thing that's interesting is last year I didn't have this problem at all. I feel no good games last year were out. I don't know why. I just
well, I mean, technically there was Cyberpunk, but
no, wait, that wasn't last year. Yeah, that was the year before.
That was not 2019.
No, last year was 2021, dude.
Oh, I'm still thinking it was 2020.
That's what I'm saying, dude. It's crazy. The years have been...
It's fine.
But no, so the games that I've been playing, though, I've been playing RuneScape, ESO, Yu-Gi-Oh, Monster Hunter, and then now Lost Ark, which someone gifted me. Sticky, thank you, Sticky, for gifting me the Founders Pack so I could play early, which would have been free anyways. But yeah, that's the games I'm playing right now. But what are you playing? I know what you're playing, but the viewers don't know.
So I'm currently playing... So it's really funny, actually, but we'll probably get into this in a few minutes. So I'm playing Monster Hunter Rise on PC. That came out last year.
Yeah, this is going to be funny.
That was the one good game that came out last year.
I already know what's going on. I already know where this is going. This is funny.
I think it was last year. So it's Monster Hunter Rise on PC. And then Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel on PC, but then also Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel on phone as a different account, because and I play that one at work when I have nothing to do, which is all the time.
Oh my gosh.
So, and then it's funny because that took over Pokemon Go for me. I log into Pokemon Go for 2 seconds just to catch a Pokemon for like my catch streak. You get like one per day, and you get extra XP and stuff like that. That's like all I'll do. I'll like catch one, spin a Pokestop, and then like close the app. Like I don't battle anymore in PvP. It's like I want to, but it's like I could be playing Yu-Gi-Oh instead.
I know.
It
is a great
gems,
game,
dude. And then I have Legends Arceus right here, but like I haven't opened it yet because, and I'm not gonna get flamed by like your usual like viewers who watch this podcast, who listen to it as well.
Machine.
I haven't opened it because I'm playing all these other games, and it's like, well, if I'm playing this, then I can't play Yu-Gi-Oh. But if I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh, then I can't play this. But I can't play Monster Hunter if I'm playing either of these. So it's tough to balance. And then in February, which is now, I guess, later in February, Destiny 2, The Witch Queen comes out.
Yep.
So then it's like, now what am I going to do?
Dude, I know, bro. Honestly, I don't know. I'm literally getting stressed out. No, I'm just kidding. But like, I don't know what to do. It's kind of nuts. But the good thing is you can play Yu-Gi-Oh on your phone. And that is kind of cool. And you were going to try Lost Ark with us because it's free. Honestly, dude, you're gonna like Lost Ark, I think, because, dude, we'll see. Some of the characters are so anime, bro. Like, oh my gosh, it is so ridiculous.
We'll see. I'll have to do some research on like the classes, because I literally know zero about it, except it's like it's sort of like isometric top-down, like JRPG, FFS, FPS, MMO.
Oh my gosh,
like all those acronyms, you know.
Gosh.
No, I know it's like a sort of like Diablo styled. In terms like visually anyways, like Diablo style, like mmorpg.
That a lot of fun.
So I'll have to read up on classes, and probably I guess next podcast we'll talk about that, because that as we're recording this, it comes out officially for everyone for free in 2 days, which is Friday. So
yeah, no, that'll
if you're a sellout like Adam, then you already played the game. So.
Sticky bought it for me, man. But
yeah, but you accepted.
Oh my gosh,
sellout.
Okay, so first question I was gonna ask. What do you do when you want to play a bunch of games? Very general, but do you cry? Do you get stressed? Do you cuddle up in a corner, quack Franklin?
It honestly depends on the game. So it depends, because the past couple weeks, like when Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel came out, like we were all about Monster Hunter Rise, but then that came out, and like me and Sean like didn't even touch Monster Hunter for like a week, because we were just playing that the whole time. We were playing Yu-Gi-Oh! But now it's sort of like, oh, what are the boys doing? They're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! All right, I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, they're playing Monster Hunter? All right, let me get off Yu-Gi-Oh! Play Monster Hunter,
Yeah.
And also aside from that, before like these things came out, if I had trouble like deciding like, ooh, could I play like this or that? Like a lot of the times I feel like, I don't know exactly what I would do, but I feel like a lot of the times I would just sit here, just like, yeah, new YouTube video, click. Just like watch it, like, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, all right, next one, click. Like it'd be like I know there's an official word for, or a term
like
for it, but it's
down the rabbit hole.
No, it's like I don't know the official term, but it's like decision paralysis or something like that. But I know there's like a catchier phrase for it. So it's like I don't know, or indecision paralysis, I guess. Basically, I can't decide, so I just don't do anything. So I don't choose either. No. And then I just like don't do anything at all. So
that's a good point. Honestly, so for me, I get overwhelmed and I have that decision or indecision paralysis.
I'm gonna look that up.
Or I try to play them all day or at once at the same time, which is why I love RuneScape, because I can play it while I'm doing other things. Because a lot of times when I play Master Duel, I play RuneScape too, because people take like 20 minutes per turn doing some combo that doesn't make any sense to me. So then I'm just cutting trees and doing stuff in RuneScape leagues. But yeah, for me, like, honestly, it does come down to what friends are doing too sometimes, because I'm kind of torn tonight, because like after the podcast, like I kind of want to play Lost Ark, but I also want to play RuneScape, and I also, if like you guys are playing Monster Hunter, I might play Monster Hunter, but at the same time, I'm just like, I also don't want to get too far in Lost Ark because you guys are playing Friday, but then it's like I could also make another character in Lost Ark, so it doesn't really matter. But like, I just, yeah, dude, it always a lot of times depends on what everyone else is doing too. So I don't know.
Yeah, it
it's tough.
It was analysis paralysis, by the way. That was the phrase.
That's such a tongue twister. Analysis paralysis.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if I like that.
It's the next new smash hit from Eminem.
Oh my gosh. Analysis.
No. Yeah, so like it's gonna be interesting when Lost Ark comes out. And if I like Lost Ark too, like I don't know what I'm gonna do. Because now that's 4 games in total. It'd be Yu-Gi-Oh! Monster Hunter, Legends Arceus, and then Lost Ark that I all want to play at the same time, but I can't. I will say, at least for now, the good thing is like with Yu-Gi-Oh! I can get my fix by playing on my phone like during the day. Even though it's a different account, so I don't have my cool Blue Eyes deck or anything like that. And I'm trying to like be more like conservative with my gems, so I'm not like blowing them all and like
Good job.
like 15,000 packs. But like it sucks because like I really want to play like Blue Eyes, or like I want this card, and like I don't know what deck to make, so like I'm just holding on to my gems. I'm like,
Yeah.
But yeah, so like it'll be interesting. That said, though, and what's funny too is like they're all different types of games. Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Is like a trading card game. Legends Arceus is like a single player RPG. I think it's single player. I don't think there's multiplayer. There might be. I don't know. And then Lost Ark's mmorpg, and the Monster Hunter is like a single / co-op like hack and slash RPG type thing, like loot.
Yeah, I honestly don't even know what the genre is called.
Yeah, it's its own genre.
To be completely honest with you.
Anime. So like what's funny about it is just like, you know, we're not just like tying ourselves down to like one type of genre.
Right.
If this was November, you'd be like, oh man, Call of Duty now too. That's an FPS. Like,
Dude,
oh my
I know,
God.
I'd be so screwed.
Although Destiny will fill that in like a couple weeks, I guess.
I know, dude. Oh my gosh.
So one thing I'm actually curious about is if you had to pick one like genre of game to play like at a time, like let's say like every like once per month you could pick one genre and you could only play that genre of game for the month. What genre would you pick for this month, do you think?
It would have to be MMO. Just because like this is hard because like yeah, the point you brought up about the genres are interesting because currently I'm playing RuneScape, which is I've been playing RuneScape the last like week, and that is technically an MMO. Obviously, then ESO is an MMO. Then
I guess technically Destiny is too, right?
It is technically, but it's like a looter shooter MMO. But that's an MMO, and then Lost Ark's an MMO, and then Yu-Gi-Oh's card game, like you said. But like, yeah, I definitely choose MMO. I mean, MMO is like my favorite type of game. The problem is like I don't like to just play one sometimes. Like there's other ones I like to do, and that's the issue. But what about you? What would you choose? Like, is this for any month too, or just like this month?
I was just gonna say like this month for right now, I guess. But like, I guess you could say any month. Like it doesn't have to be like, oh, in this month, like in this exact point of time or whatever, like where we're playing like 4 different games. Like it could be like, February of last year or something. Like it, it's just like you pick a genre per month basically.
Right.
So for me, like it'd probably be like RPGs, I guess single player RPGs, because like Monster Hunter is still there. Destiny, yeah, it's kind of an RPG, but like I feel like by saying single player RPG, I'd be locking myself out of multiplayer stuff. And half the fun of Monster Hunter is just playing with your friends and like,
yeah,
get like whacking them with like a long sword or getting blown up by someone's like freaking long, like, what's it called? Like bow and arrow, like blast shot or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I tend to like gravitate more towards like single player games and stuff. Like when we're not, like if like you guys are like playing like some game I don't like or don't own or whatever, I'll play like my own single player game or something. And I love like Kingdom Hearts, Final Fantasy, Jack and Daxter series, right? Like all those like great PlayStation RPGs and stuff that are all single player. So like I'd be okay for a bit.
Yeah.
And then I have Legends of Arceus right here and stuff. So
that makes sense for you.
Yeah, like I do see like the appeal of MMOs and like why you like to play 3 of them at a time like you are now.
Yep, it sucks.
But
it sucks.
It's just like, yeah, because it's like, I mean, Monster Hunter is kind of the same way. I mean, same with you.
I kind of consider
it's the same dilemma where it's like you're playing a game where it doesn't really matter the genre with these games. You're playing a game where you are rewarded the more you play it. So in Yu-Gi-Oh, the more you play, the more gems you get, the more packs you can open, the more cards you get, more decks you can make, more fun you can have with different deck builds and like different archetypes and all that stuff. Monster Hunter, you kill monsters, you get their loot, you kill them, you kill better monsters, get better loot, and then you can make better things and stuff. And then sometimes you have to go back and farm the same monster like 5, 6, 20 times because you need one freaking part from it, and it's like a 2% chance to drop. But then MMOs are like that too, where it's like, oh, I want this cool cape in RuneScape, but I got to do freaking like 99,000 fishing to get it and get the stupid hat or something like that.
Oh my gosh, the angler set, dude. The angler set, dude.
So it's like, it's tough just to like, even just like outside of MMOs, like it's just tough to pick a game in general for me. Yeah. Even though we just restricted ourselves to that for the sake of whatever, I guess, for the sake of content, I guess. I don't know.
Oh yeah. I mean, the thing is like, I'd rather play MMOs just because my other, friends can play them too. But I basically consider Monster Hunter MMO in some way. It's not, but like, you know what I mean? It's a multiplayer game though, so I actually...
Yeah, it depends like how you define MMO, which is massive multiplayer online.
Yeah.
So like technically Yu-Gi-Oh, even though you're only, it's 1v1, it's a massive multiplayer online game. So
yeah,
like,
it's just not an RPG.
MMO. There's 10 million downloads, so like clearly there's a lot of people playing it.
Yeah.
So like...
No, that actually is a good point. We should just start saying that every game's an MMO now, and just people just get mad. They're like, dude, that's not an MMO. It's like, what are you talking about?
Dude, they recently, like people who do like Super Mario Odyssey stuff, the modding community recently introduced multiplayer to it, and they're up to like 6 players, I think, or 8. So like, dude, Mario MMORPG.
Oh my gosh, dude! Has Nintendo even ever released an MMO? I don't think they have.
I don't think so. I feel like maybe they tried once. I don't know. I know like Cartoon Network did. They had the I don't remember what the name was. I could probably Google it real quick. It always looked cool, but I never played it.
Right.
What was it called? Fusion Fall. That's what it was.
Interesting.
Yeah. Do you remember that?
No, I have no idea what that's at. Whatever that is.
It was basically like an MMORPG developed by Cartoon Network and stuff.
Cartoon Network. Oh my God.
It took all of like their shows like Ben 10, Teen Titans, Codename Kids Next Door, like all these different shows, like Ed, Edd n Eddy, like Dexter's Laboratory and stuff like that.
Wait, what's it called again?
Fusion Fall. So it took all these characters and all these different shows and just smushed them together because of like multiverse or something like that. It was a really cool idea. I never got to play it, and the game seemed fun, but again, I never got to play it. I just saw like commercials for it. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. And oh my God, it's called Fusion Fall. That's such a cool name.
Interesting.
This is also back in the day where Dragon Ball Z was airing, and like it was like the Buu arc. So like they introduced the idea of fusion. So like I was like even hooked. I was hooked even more. Oh my
gosh, dude. That's interesting, dude. I've never seen that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, it was like the same type of like areas like Toontown and them too.
Dude, Toontown OP, bro. Yeah, well, so I was going to say too, like, this kind of leads into one of my next questions or our questions is, but for me, like when I'm looking at this month, I feel like the majority of our play group is going to like Lost Ark. And if they do, it's like, dang, man, I could see myself playing Lost Ark for a while. And it's like, the thing is Lost Ark's free. There's no subscription. And obviously there's like pay to win elements, like, but I've read a bunch of reviews on like Reddit that people have played since the career release. And they were like, it's like 98% not pay to win. Like if you essentially pay to win, you're going to get destroyed in the end game. It's just kind of like, and there's convenience items and stuff, but ESO has convenience items. You know, it's the same deal. So I'm not really too worried about that. Like, and from what I've seen in the game so far, it's not that bad. It's going to be tough because I want to play Destiny when it comes out. Like, I may try to play when it comes out and try to get up to the raid level. And then maybe like, if we can get up to the raid light level, then we could try the raid on like day 1 or something. I don't know if you'd be down to do that, but like, cause you know, everyone gets kind of reset back. So I feel like it's like, we're not behind. So like I might do that, but like I might have to like if I don't do that, then I would get Destiny later. But it's like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's the priority and everything for me is like the games that people are playing, that my friends are playing, and what games can I play at the same time, kind of like Master Duel and RuneScape, because that kind of leads me to my next thing, which is, you know, what is your priority when it comes to picking these games, multiplayer, single player? And I know, like, so you can complete it, because I know that we kind of briefly touched on this a little bit, but my thoughts on this and where I'm going with this is that the reason I think that I don't like single player games as much is because, or normally, is because, one, I don't get to play with other people. Two, there's like an end point usually in single player games, which it's very weird because there's also this dichotomy where I don't finish games, but I've started to get farther and farther. Like I'm actually like, I think like over 50% in Valhalla, but it's like I get intimidated about finishing a single player game. And I don't know if it's because like, you know, once I finish it, it's over, or like, you know, there's not as much like elements that I like because you don't play with other people. But it's so odd because obviously with single player games, you can be like, okay, I'm gonna finish this game and then it's over and then I can move on to another game. But it's like,
but then
what's up?
New Game Plus.
No, I know, or New Game Plus. But it's like, it's so interesting to me because like I love playing games like MMOs or Monster Hunter that are just endless. Like they don't technically have an end in some ways. And it's like, that makes it really difficult to know which game to play because it's like you can always do stuff. And I don't know if that's why. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm working towards something, but like I struggle so much with gaming like that. Like, I don't know why. Like, I want to finish Valhalla. When God of War comes out, I want to beat God of War. I want to actually beat Elden Ring because in the second channel, like I'm doing videos like where I'm going to do, I see your video, dude. I'm not an idiot. Oh gosh. Caught you red-handed. No, but I want to do like, I want to actually do reviews of, of like these games that are like funny reviews, but it's like I have to actually beat the game or I have to actually get far enough. So I don't know. What do you think about that? Like, what is your thoughts?
I am the opposite.
I know you are.
So like for me, it's like a single player game. I need to finish it. Because like single player games are meant to be an experience. It's like watching a movie or like binging a TV show.
I know.
Like you don't just like watch half the movie and be like, man, I hope this never ends. Like I'm scared when it ends, and then just like leave the theater or something. Like you paid money for it. Like why not finish it?
No, you're right. You're right. You're not wrong.
You know, a lot of them do have like New Game Plus where it's like, oh, here's like the game again, but like it's got different settings. Like it's harder difficulty, or like here's like you start with all your gadgets or whatever. Depends on the game, right? And then like for things like Monster Hunter, like, yeah, they're great and like they do feel endless, but that's just because it's the same loop over and over and over again. And sure, they give you a lot of different ways to play that loop. Like there's 16 weapons or whatever, and like how many monsters and how many different sets of armor and how many different builds you could do. Like just for one weapon, you could do like so many different builds.
Right.
That like it would take you like a freaking year just to get through like one freaking build for one weapon basically. But that like when you boil it down, it's just like, okay, like this is gonna make Monster Hunter sound like not fun at all, but it is really fun. But basically it's just like one reason I didn't get back into the world when Iceborne came out is just because in my mind I was like, okay, so we're gonna fight monsters to get loot so we can make good gear, to fight better monsters to get better loot, to make better gear, to fight better monsters to get better loot, to make better gear.
Yeah.
Like that was like that's the gameplay loop. And it's fun until like, you know, you get to like late game and stuff. Cause like late game with like all the Elder Dragons and stuff before Iceborne came out, I was kind of like, we're not like working toward like this is like the end of the game essentially. Like we're not really working towards anything, even though we knew Iceborne was coming out and stuff. I was just kind of like, like right now, like I don't care right now. Like maybe I'll play again when Iceborne comes out, which I didn't. Spoilers for like 5 years ago or whatever.
That was a long time ago actually.
But like, you know, I just got tired of that loop and stuff. And MMOs I feel like are kind of the same. I don't know, because like I say that having played how many hours of like Destiny 1 with you and the Brits, right? Like every freaking Tuesday, like doing like the raid after a class or something like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess it kind of depends on the game. Like I'm definitely more like in the camp of single player, have to finish it. Like even games that I hate, but I spent money, like freaking Call of Cthulhu, worst $60 I ever spent. I think it was $60.
Can't believe that game was $60.
Worst money I ever spent on a video game. But I still freaking finished it in like 8 hours, and like it was not worth it at all. And like they give you like trophies and crap. It's like, okay, or like achievements on Steam, and it's like, okay, now I'll do like the run where like you like summon Cthulhu instead of like saving the world. And it's like, well, let me just reload my save to right before that, so I'm not even replaying the whole game. Like I don't even care. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So for me, it's definitely more single player, I guess. But again, it also depends. You know, if it's like, you know, the boys are on Monster Hunter, I'll get on Monster Hunter, right? Assuming I'm not bored with it yet, which for Rise, I'm not, because we started all over again and it's been fun. And then Sunbreak comes out in like June or July or something this year.
I think it's June.
Which is, yeah. So then I definitely won't be playing until June, but I'm pretty sure I'll pick that up this time, because Iceborne seemed like a lot of fun. I never actually played it. But like in retrospect, hindsight, like now that Rise is out and like I've gone back to see like some of the monsters that were introduced in Iceborne and stuff, I'm like, oh, that's where this is from. That's sick. Why didn't I play this when it came out?
I know, dude. That's what I was trying to tell you. But
well, it's too late now, but it's fine.
I did buy World on PC, which is funny. It is kind of funny because if we do go back to World,
half the world.
Well, still, if we do go back to World, it's funny because we already have the game.
Yeah, what's also funny, I was thinking about that too, like if the boys go back, because we're playing with a new guy too who hasn't played Monster Hunter, and now he's like all addicted to it and stuff,
which we told him he would be.
Yeah, we warned him. So what's funny is, so this is his first one, Rise, but we're like, oh, if we go back to World, you know they'll have to start new characters and stuff because they don't have it on PC. We originally played it on PS4. But what's funny about that is, when me and Adam did it on PC, this is such a tangent, I'm sorry, but when me and Adam did it on PC, I made a challenge for myself that I would do no armor.
Gosh, I forgot about it.
I'm essentially level 1 anyway.
I totally forgot about that. That was awful.
Yeah. But I think if we did, I wouldn't make a new character. I would just, use like cheap armor and like a new weapon or something.
Yeah, I don't think I'd make a new one either.
Because I don't want to make a new character and have to grind all that new stuff and then leave behind Fi, the OG. Like, no, it's just going to be Fi.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know. I can't remember where we left off, but yeah, I don't want to grind again. But
I think we got to Nergigante.
Yeah, I think we did. Yeah, because like, yeah, I get what you're saying. And it's interesting because like, I think MMOs, they definitely have a fun loop, and there's just like there's a sense of completion, like, or sense of progression and sense of like you're doing something, when in reality, like, yeah, you're not really in some ways, but it's like, I don't know. There's also, for content creation, there's a lot of opportunities in MMOs because you have so many different things, but there's also in single player stuff too. But this year I really want to try to finish some games, like if I do get them, which the only single player that I'm so far getting is Elden Ring, and I'm going to finish Valhalla, and then I would probably pick up Starfield in November, especially if it's on Game Pass or something. But like, I think that would be kind of cool. But yeah, I think it really depends on the loops and stuff too. I really think it depends on how fun they are.
It just depends, like for me, just how far in the loop I am.
Yeah.
Because like before Iceborne, like I said, before Iceborne came out, we were basically at the end of the loop for Monster Hunter World. So I was just kind of like, oh man, I'm going to kill freaking Kushala again for the armor to fight Kushala again. Like,
yeah,
it was just at that point. So.
Oh, I know. And no, that's a good point. Something else I was going to say about that. I'm trying to remember. You said Monster Hunter. I feel like it's slipping my mind, but dang it. Oh, what I was going to say.
Oh, I know what it was.
What?
It was Zorback.
Oh my gosh. Dude, I miss Commander Spray Tan. I want to go back to World just for the story and like just him.
Yeah, Shogun Spray Tan's cool, but like he's no Commander Spray Tan. Like.
That's true. Well, yeah, the thing I was gonna say to kind of close out was, I don't know if we've actually reached an answer on what do you do when you have too many games to play, but I think for me the conclusion that I'm getting out of this, because honestly, like this is a thing that I always think about, and as we're talking, I think for me the conclusion is just trying to find a game that I can play kind of on like AFK, like sort of like RuneScape, like I can get my fix from that.
Yeah.
And then also just like trying to just play games that friends are playing that, we'll play a little bit. It doesn't mean that like if we stop playing, we're not going to go back to it kind of thing. But like, that's kind of what I got out of it. But I don't know what you got out of it from like if you got a solution, but I definitely think I really want to play. Like I want to beat single player games if I get them. Like that's definitely a goal. It's just tough. So
I think it'd be fun to like, for the second channel to do like, if we had like the same game or something, to do like sort of like races or challenges with each other or something like that. Because that way it's like you're kind of encouraged or incentivized to like, you know, play through to like X, you know, part of the game or whatever. And it doesn't also necessarily have to be for single player, but like just to like help you out. I just figured that would be
that'd be kind of cool. No, I mean it'd be kind of cool. Like play Elden Ring and see who gets the most deaths.
Yeah, or the least deaths.
Or the least deaths. That's what I meant. But yeah, no, that would be kind of cool. I want to try to figure out stuff like that. I have to just kind of think of that stuff. But no, that's kind of cool actually. I like that. Yeah. But what about you guys? Let us know what you think as well. What do you guys do? Do you just get paralysis, kind of like me and Joe, where we just sit there and watch videos?
Analysis paralysis.
I'm like kind of a rap. But before we go, I do want to read one comment from Yanzi, or Final Fantasy Yanzi, as we call her. But this was on our last video. What will happen to Bungie? So she said, just to throw in one you didn't mention, how about somebody buying THQ Nordic, which I can't remember who that is, but I've heard of them.
Yeah, they've made games.
Oh, nice. But then she goes, now let's see the other eyebrow, Joe, because I think you made a joke about your one eyebrow.
What did they make recently? Hold on, sorry, I need to look this up because I know who they are, and like I feel like I can name games, but
okay. Well, the rest of the comments said someone should develop a tongue-in-cheek business simulation game of the gaming industry, like a mashup of Monopoly and the movies. That's interesting.
Interesting. I do know there's a game called, I think it's called like Video Game Developer Simulator or something like that.
Oh, interesting.
I know like, I don't remember exactly what it's called. I know Jacksepticeye played it years and years and years ago though, where it's basically like you sit down like at your fake computer and you click different buttons like, oh, like let's make an RPG or let's make this or that or whatever.
Right.
And it's kind of like Roller Coaster Tycoon, but you're like a video game development company. So like the roller coasters are games, and depending on like how well the game does or how poorly it does or whatever, right, or bugs that it has, right, you make money, and then with the money you can either like get better software or like hire people to help you or whatever,
Interesting.
So it's kind of like that. But you can also lose money because like if the game sucks, like it tanks, right? Like freaking.
That is so weird.
Yeah, that
is so interesting. We should make a game that it's a simulation of us doing a podcast. But
what if this is actually just a let's play?
It is. It's going in our second channel. But yeah, let us know, y'all, what you think. What do you do when you have too many games to play, even though it's a first world problem? And we will see if we have any comments on it. We'll read them out in the next
Game
episode.
Dev Tycoon. That's what it's called.
I love that.
It even has Tycoon in the game.
That's another game I gotta play now. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, and then left eyebrow reveal. There you go.
There it is, Jonesy. Nice. That was weird. I'm just kidding. But yeah, make sure to check out all of our social links down below and all the eyebrows.
I'm still doing that now, but you can't really see it.
Oh my gosh. Make sure to check out us on Spotify, iTunes, Twitter, YouTube, Joe's Twitch, my Twitch, our second channel, and all the eyebrows down below. And let us know what you do when you get overwhelmed with games. But you have anything else to say, Joe, to the fans?
Yeah, let us know if you can raise your eyebrows, if you can do like the eyebrow wiggle, and let us know how you handle analysis paralysis with too many games.
Oh my gosh. Okay, yeah, just let us know. I can't do the eyebrow thing, but I'm trying. But yep, we'll see you guys later. We'll see you next week, and we'll probably be talking about Lost Ark or something like that. But yeah, we'll see you guys next week. Later.
Bye.